Okay then, we're going to try to factor this thing now. We're using the AC method on this. So my A is 6. My B is the coefficient for x, right? I've got a minus sign there, so that's minus 1. My C is minus 12. So I want to find two numbers that multiply to be A times C. So 6 times minus 12 is minus 72. And I want those two numbers to add up to minus 1. I can make a list of all the numbers, all the pairs of numbers that multiply together to be minus 72. So I can start 1 times minus 72 works, 2 times minus 36 works, and so on. When I'm making this list, I'm kind of being very systematic and making sure that I don't miss anything. Ultimately, as soon as I find a pair of numbers that works for both of these, I can stop. That's my two numbers that I need. I can use those. Here, it looks 8 times 9 gives me 72. So I think 8 times minus 9 will give me minus 72. And then 8 minus 9 gives me that minus 1. So the 8 and the 9 are what I need for this one. I take that 8 and that minus 9. I do have a coefficient for the x squared. So I do want to break up this minus x into 8 and the minus 9. So this minus x becomes plus 8x minus 9x, and everything else stays the same. At this point, I've got 4 terms. I factor by grouping. The greatest common factor from the first two, I can factor a 2 out of the number. And I can factor out an x from each of those. From the second two, it looks like a 3 divides the number. And since these are both negative, I'm going to want to factor out that minus sign as well. So I do this factoring. I factor out the 2x from the first two. 2x, I'm left with 3x. And from the 8x, 8 divided by 2 is 4. And then the x's drop out. I'm factoring the minus 3 out of the next two. And I should end up with the same thing. Minus 9x divided by minus 3, I'm left with 3x. And then minus 12 divided by minus 3 leaves me with a positive 4. Alright, then I've got 3x plus 4 as a common factor in both of these. So I'm just factoring this again. Except my factor in each one of these is just that 3x plus 4. So I'm factoring out the 3x plus 4. From the first one, I'm left with 2x. From the second one, I'm left with minus 3. And that should be it. To double check this, I can FOIL it out, make sure I get back what I started. Alright then.